How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys can hear me pretty well. I'm right near a river. I'm not exactly right next to it, but it's not that far away from me. So this is another Riverside review. I should be doing more of these with the gear I have, but I just haven't done more of them. I'm going to try and do more this summer and continue to do more of them, talking about some of the fly fishing gear I use, or fly rods, etc. Today I actually have a box in my hand, so this is going to be an unboxing. I have not opened this box up yet. I know exactly what's in this box, and I have another rod we're going to talk about here in a moment. There is a fly rod in this box. They are both from the company called Croix, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that as this video goes. I'm not going to try and have this video go too long. I want to try and wrap things up pretty quickly so I can get out there and fish this river. The river that's right here, this is the Rio Grande. I'm here in Colorado, and not far from the town of South Fork, so there shouldn't be a whole lot in this box. You know, the box is definitely bigger than just the fly rod case. So there's the box. Here's the case. I ended up breaking a 10-foot 6-weight St. Croix fly rod. It was a Legend Ultra. That was another fly rod I did not want to break, because I know this company does not make this level or edition of rod anymore. They stopped making the Legend Ultras or Ultra Legend, whatever they want to call them. I found that out a few years ago with this. I have another rod here on the hood of my truck, and I'll talk about that here in a moment. But this is to replace that 6-weight 10-foot fly rod, which I really used it mainly for a streamer rod. I should have done an unboxing video for this other rod. This other rod that's a St. Croix is I want to say it's a 7'9", or I can find out here in a minute. It's either a 7'9" or an 8-foot 4-weight. And when I got that fly rod in, and that also replaced another St. Croix rod that I broke, which was another Legend Ultra or Ultra Legend, and come to find out they don't make that rod anymore. When I got this rod, I should have done the unboxing for it. You know, that was like 3 or 4 years ago now, because I was extremely not happy with it. I broke a 3-weight, and I did whatever I had to do for them to send me out a replacement. And when they sent me out the 3-weight replacement, I was really not happy. There would have been a lot of beeping in the video, because I was just fuming, pissed off. The rod I had, both rods that I broke, and that just recently, the 10-foot 6-weight, they were both a really pretty green, like an emerald green color. The 3-weight had a beautiful wooden reel seat, and now it's just it's like in my opinion, just a shitty brown color, and all the hardware on it's crap in my opinion. I am not happy with the rod. Wasn't happy with that rod they sent me. That 3-weight felt like a 2-weight, and I bitched and complained, and I sent it back, and they sent me out a 4-weight. I used to recommend this company. You know, here it is right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. St. Croix. I used to recommend this company. They made some really good rods, but they don't make that Legend Ultra anymore. Now it's some sort of Imperial or something like that. And again, this is just the same color as this other rod. Yeah, it's got a fighting butt like what my other 10-foot had. We're gonna put this together. I do not like the color at all. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and I will never buy another rod from them again. I really don't like the direction that they've gone with that company. They say that their rods are made in the USA, but it sure looks like the hardware they put on the rods are from China. It looks like cheap hardware. You know, this stuff too. You know, I'm already, you know, unfortunately, I really didn't want to break that other 10-foot 6-weight, because it's a Legend Ultra, and I knew that they wouldn't replace it with the same model. And now here I am with this brown rod, which I'm not a fan of the color, and I'm definitely not a fan of the hardware that's on it. I will be stringing this rod up, and I will test it out today to see how it goes. And put it through some tests today on, you know, how it does catching fish. You know, again, this is, you know, it's a 10-foot 6-weight. At least it doesn't feel like a 5-weight or a 4-weight. You know, it does have some stiffness to it. So it does seem has a little bit more of a flex than the one I broke. But I have a 7-weight already, and I don't want to bump this up to a 7-weight. I'm just going to deal with the 6-weight. Again, it's really unfortunate the direction that this company has gone with regarding its fly fishing rods. I don't understand why they would stop making a model that was basically their top of the line model that they used to make. And it was definitely much prettier, really a pretty emerald green compared to this brown. I'm really not a fan of it. I am not a fan of just this black. You know, where's the wood reel seat? You know, just the 10-foot 6-weight I broke, the Legend Ultra, it had a stainless steel reel seat here, but I'm not a fan of whatever this black hardware is and all the eyes on it. You know, this is just a bigger rod than, we're going to look at it's an 8-foot. This is an 8-foot 4-weight. I think I don't even think they made a 7-foot 9-inch 3-weight. I think it was a 7-foot, and it really felt like a 2-weight. I will not be using this rod today. I just wanted to bring it up. Here's the other rod, St. Croix as well. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that there. But it's a brown. Not a fan of the brown color. The reel seat that it was on the previous 3-weight I had was really beautiful. Now this has got like some sort of bird cage wrapped around the, you know, somewhat mediocre wooden reel seat, black hardware. Not a fan of it at all whatsoever. Not a fan of how they've gone into a really bad direction on what they offer for fly fishermen now. I have talked to some fly shops regarding St. Croix. I'm going to let you look at this kind of, you know, hopefully you guys can just kind of see that a little bit up close. I've talked to some fly shops regarding St. Croix, and they basically agree with everything that I say. And that's exactly why they do not sell St. Croix fly rods in their fly shops anymore. So it's not just my opinion and some of the things that I believe. There are fly shops out there that do not carry St. Croix fly rods anymore. I haven't seen a fly shop that carries St. Croix fly rods in quite some time now, and that's most likely due to the fact of the direction that they've decided to go into. Also dealing with their customer service is somewhat okay. 3 or 4 years ago when I had to replace this, you know, this is a 4-weight, but I had to replace my 3-weight. And their 3-weight they again sent to me felt like a 2-weight. I was able to call them and deal with them over the phone, and they took all of my information and made a claim number right then. That's not the case anymore. You know, everything is so impersonal now. You have to go online to their website, go into their resource tab, and fill out a warranty claim. You know, due to the fact that that rod that I broke was over 10 or 15 years old, you know, luckily I had it for a while and didn't break it. We really wish I wouldn't have broken it. Definitely a prettier rod. You know, such a bummer when you break a rod, but shit happens sometimes. But you know, now I had to go on there. I had to fill out a claim and do all that, and then wait, and then I had to pay another. I had to pay over $100, which is about I think a third of the price of this. This is what their Imperial St. Croix. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that St. Croix Imperial. And they don't make those Legend Ultras or Ultra Legends anymore. So if you have one of those rods, Pray you don't break it, because you won't be getting a replacement for that quality of rod. They don't make that quality of rod anymore. So again, I'm glad you guys tuned in. Thanks for tuning in. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up at least. If you got any comments or questions, please put those in the comment line. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It'd definitely be much appreciated. And turn on that notification bell, so when I got videos that are being released, you get notified for it, etc., etc. Otherwise, it's time for me to string this rod up, put some tests to it, and I'll maybe do a little bit add on to this video with some more information on what I feel, how this rod did today. I will say this 4-weight, I use this for smaller creeks, this 8-foot. I wish it was a little bit shorter, 7.5 or 7'9" I know 3 inches isn't all that much bigger or smaller than an 8-foot rod, but you know, I definitely won't be using this 4-weight on this river today. I use it for smaller streams and creeks, and this rod, I definitely use it for bigger rivers. You know, that's why it's a 6-weight and a 10-foot. And again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll be adding on some video kind of giving a little bit more of an addition review on this. So again, thanks for tuning in. Time to gear up and get on the river. Well, everybody, I did mention in the earlier part of the video for this review for this rod, the St. Croix 10-foot 6-weight, which was a replacement for a Legend Ultra or Ultra Legend. I forget what it was, but they don't make that model of rod anymore. And I kind of forgot to do this part of the review on the river, so I'm doing it now at home. And you know, the rod did perform. I caught fish with it. Is it a different, different color? Do I really care for it? I'd much rather have the rod that I broke, have that back, or at least the same quality of rod. I do believe that this rod is a little bit softer, just like the 3-weight I got, and then they sent me out a 4-weight. I'm not going to ask to have a 7-weight sent out to me, but I do feel that it is a little bit softer. I don't like the color of the rod. I don't like the hardware of the rod. I used to recommend these rods to people and friends, but I kind of don't recommend this company anymore, unfortunately. And that's just how I feel. Maybe some other people like the St. Croix fly rod still, but I won't ever be buying another one, and it is what it is, unfortunately. So hopefully you guys like the review. I'll be doing this with some other gear I have and other stuff down the road in the future, and next to rivers. So thanks for tuning in to a Riverside review. And if you got any comments or questions, please feel free to add those comments where you're supposed to do that at. If you like the video, throw a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Turn on that notification bell. Definitely be much appreciated. Otherwise, I'm out of here.